What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Fantasy Football Game Show presented by Front Yard Fantasy. I'm your host, Simon, joined as always by my co-hosts, Josh and John Luke. But joining us today, we have a very special guest here to kick some butt in fantasy fortune. Heath Cummings from CBS Fantasy Sports is here with us. He's a senior writer there and an analyst on the Fantasy Football Today podcast. What is up, Heath?
You know, I am just so thankful that you guys invited me that I get to play a fantasy game on a podcast without Adam Aizer hosting. This is going to be the best fantasy game I've ever played, I'm sure.
Take that, Adam.
God, I love that so much.
Take that.
Suck it, Adam. I think that's the first time anyone's ever been happy that it was me hosting instead of Adam Aizer, but I will take it. I will take it. That's awesome. Heath, we're so excited to have you on. And to have you play in this game with us today. Seriously, you said it was an honor that we invited you. We're glad you were able to make it. We got some people in the chat already. Scott's in here. Scott Fish said, and is already talking
That's
backpacks.
not Scott
JL,
Fish.
I know that's not Scott Fish. His comment disappeared for me. But JL is just letting us know that we need a backpack unpacking and review video, Scott. With all this backpack talk, you can't just leave us hanging like that. We're going to be wondering what the verdict is. Craig is in here, says, I'm not going to make a joke based off the guest today. He deserves better, even if it would be just joshing around. Oh, he switched it up, Josh. Craig got you today instead of the guest.
So bad.
And Tim said, I'm pretty sure you committed a crime with that pun, Craig. You should be thrown in jail.
Oh, my God. That's even worse.
That's much worse. Much
Even
worse.
Oh, my God.
Joey's a fan of that pun. What's up, Joey? Welcome in. He said it's a right way to come into the chat, and I would know from Joey Wright to Tim Wright. God, you guys are going to make me just turn the chat off today with these puns. J-Wall's in here, says, let's get it. We missed you in the chat yesterday, J-Wall. Glad you're back. And the captain of the chat himself, Burner's in here. What's up, Burner? Glad to have you in. And he's just saying hey to everyone. What's up, Keith? What's up, Craig? Good tidings, sir. Timothy. Look at all of that in there. Excuse me. What's up, Jay? Yeah, that burner, it was burning on the way down. Give me some acid reflux. What's up, Jay? Welcome. And he said, good afternoon, Front Yard fam and Captain Burner. Eric wants to know who's going inside jail. Just so we're clear, that was jail. Just so
Oh, my God. We need to kill these puns right now.
Scott's in here, says, just imagine if the multiverse exists, there was probably a universe where this show starts right on time. Mind blown.
Nope. Not with us three running it. No,
God, always 1 to 2 minute late. That's how. That's
Maybe
how
if Adam Aizer is running it, I don't know.
And Scott says there might even be one where they do an extra. Oh, called out. Burner said if they came out and proved the multiverse theory today, Scott, that would be the hardest part for me to believe. The part where we start on time. Man, you guys are just giving it to us today.
We deserve
and
it.
Joey said in another multiverse, Scott and I are the hosts of FYF. It's the G-Men J Bowl. That one, I believe.
Ew.
You know what? That seems like the more likely future. We got Troy in here. Troy King coming in saying Heath's meat. I don't know if that's an inside joke or if Troy just crossed the line, Heath, but we're just gonna let it.
That is my both. It's an Instagram. It's my Instagram handle is.
Oh no, I'm the jackass.
Meat. And it's just pictures of my meat that I grill on my smoker.
Josh's face.
No, that's great. Everyone likes some good, meat, especially on a smoke. Yeah. A JL, he's a vegan, by the way, so I don't know. Just throwing that out there.
So I probably don't like the meat, but that's okay. To each his own.
Stephen Rodo. Do you know Stephen Rodo? He's on Twitter and he does all sorts of like jerkies and cured meats. So we've had Steve's meats on the shows before. Now we got Heath's meats. We're turning into a meat channel. Sorry, JL.
I've never done jerky. I'm more of a pulled pork, brisket, chicken type of guy. So
how about some ribs? You like some ribs in there?
I'm going to admit something that I've not admitted in very many places.
Oh, no.
And it's not anti-ribs at all. That's the one thing that I just don't like. I've fooled myself into believing I probably do pulled pork and brisket well enough that I could open a barbecue restaurant. My ribs are just
they just don't come out well.
They're fine. I mean, like I could get them at a restaurant and a place that that's the only meat item they have. Like they're not very good at all. I don't know what it is. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. But
I love that description.
Fair enough.
You know what? If you can kill a brisket, I don't think anyone's going to care if your ribs are bad, though. We got LQ in here saying Big Heath. He's excited to see Heath on the show. And Anthony's in here. You know what? Everyone giving a shit for starting late. Anthony said, I thought I was on time 3 minutes late, but you guys haven't started early on time. So thank you, Anthony. And Jordan says Heath looks like a high quality backpack type of guy. Heath, with all the backpack chat that's been going on here, what kind of backpack do you carry on the regular? Do you have a go-to, one that you've had for a while?
Well, the one I carry now is a CBS issued one from the Super Bowl a couple of years ago. So, but I have a better backpack story than that. I have a backpack that I use for traveling that is a G.I. Joe backpack from when I was a kid that I will take on the airplane with me.
That's awesome.
Yeah, even as a 40-year-old man. So yes, G.I. Joe backpack, like 30 years old.
That's awesome. Scott, take notes. Your Carhartt has nothing on a G.I. Joe backpack to take traveling. We got LQ in here, says FF Barbecue Club. He says he's part of your team. And Jay said, Heath is making me hungry. Me too. What's up, Z2? Welcome in. And Jordan says he's taking a timeout. Oops, did I skip that comment? Sorry, I didn't mean to be. Scott said I would never say it to his face, but Heath Cummings is a talented analyst and a wonderful human being. We won't tell him, Scott. Don't worry. We'll keep that secret.
The thing I like about Scott is because everybody knows that Scott is the nicest guy in the industry, but he's got like a little bit
the dark side. Yeah,
there's a little bit of evil there that doesn't come out. You can just see the glimmer in his eye, and I appreciate that. It's the real. It's there.
It's the real Scott. Yep.
Yeah,
absolutely.
JL asked Scott this year when sending out Scott Fishbowl invites to make sure I got mine last out of everybody on the show. He just wanted to see me sweat a little bit. Like we weren't sure if we were getting in. And so he reached out to Scott. Scott sent it to JL in the first batch, Josh in the second batch. And then I was in the fourth
a
batch.
Month or two later.
Yeah, I was just sitting there waiting. And whenever I got the invite, JL was like, just so you know, I had Scott wait on yours just to make you sweat a little bit.
That's awesome.
The best part is I was like, I'm sure he'll get to you. I'm sure he'll get to you. And Simon's like, I won't be disappointed if I don't get one, but I'll be pretty sad. I'll be happy for you guys though. And I'm sitting there giggling at my kitchen table with Maria.
That was the first time someone gotten me that good in a while. Heath, we brought you here today, though, to play some Fantasy Fortune. It is our newest game. For those of you watching, if you want to go back and watch our first episode of this, it was last week. You can find it on our YouTube channel. That's Front Yard Fantasy. Go back and watch our episode from last week and hit that subscribe button. It means a ton to us, and you can make sure you never miss another episode again. Heath, before the show started, you decided the order. You said you wanted to go third. I'm going first, and Jail's going second. And so I'm going to pass it off to Josh, who is running today's game, to explain the rules and get us going.
I'm so ready for this game again. I'm so mad I lost last week.
You're going to let me explain the rules? I usually need help on the rules, but I'm going to try my best, guys.
You got it, Josh.
All right. So we're playing Fantasy Fortune today, as you can see on the screen. So I'm sure most people have heard of the popular television game show Wheel of Fortune. Contestants, they solve word puzzles and spin a big wheel and win money and prizes. Well, today we'll be playing Fantasy Fortune, much like Wheel of Fortune, but with a twist. The contestants will be solving puzzles, but they will be fantasy football related. Also, there will be no wheel, okay? Instead of spinning the wheel, the contestants will be asked a simple football related question. It will be a 50-50 question, something like, did Lamar Jackson have over or under 1,000 rushing yards last season? Okay? You will be expected to answer the question quickly, and I will implement a 5-second timer if the time is being abused. If you get it right, you get to guess a letter and the puzzle, guess a letter for the puzzle, and you keep playing. If you guess anything wrong, we move on to the next contestant. For each consonant you solve in the puzzle, you'll be rewarded $500. Not actual dollars, just in this game. If you would like to guess a vowel, you may do so during your turn, but they will cost $100 each. Actual money. If it's your turn and you think you can solve the puzzle, just tell me and I will let you know if you're correct. And this time, the final puzzle we do will be worth double points. All right? We will not charge extra for vowels. Whoever collects the most money over the course of the game will be our second ever Fantasy Fortune champion. You guys ready to get into this game?
We're ready.
I have a question.
Hit me.
Do I say I want to solve? Do I have to guess an answer or letter correctly and then say I want to solve? Or do I try to solve before I guess the letter?
You can solve. You can guess a letter pops up, and then you just let me know you want to solve, and you can solve.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Or you can solve before guessing a letter as well.
Yeah, you can just solve right in the beginning.
Okay.
If it's your turn, at any point, you can decide you want to solve the puzzle.
But you don't actually get any points for solving, so you'd want to get some letters first.
You just bank the money that
the
you
minimum amount of money that you can get is $1,000. All right. So you will get $1,000 even if you haven't banked any money up until that point.
You can tell I've played a lot of Adam Azer games because I need to I'm writing all the rules.
Make sure.
A constitution for the game.
We're gonna get some Adam Azer shenanigans in here before the end of the game. Don't worry. Joey wants you to wear a sparkly dress like Vanna, JL.
I will do it.
Where's your
do it.
That just reminds me. We do have a member of the FYF fam that I have seen killing it in a sparkly dress, and that is Tim at an escape room. It was speakeasy themed. And they had all these outfits that were clearly decoration, but Tim went in and immediately put on the full-on sparkly sequin dress. And then when going to take it off, it was a little too tight. And so some of the sequins started like busting off, like shooting off into the room. But the guy running the escape room loved it. He thought it was so funny.
Wait,
so
I'm just imagining Tim's chest hair busting out of this dress.
He's coworker Dave. Was Dave actually on Wheel of Fortune? Do you know?
I do know for sure that Dave was on Wheel of Fortune, and I believe Dave won Wheel of Fortune as far as beating the other two contestants. I believe Dave did not win the grand prize.
That's okay.
Damn
That's
it,
awesome.
Damn it, Dave.
Wow, I did not know that. That's really cool. I want to find that episode somewhere. All right, guys.
Okay.
I looked great.
I'm going to load the first puzzle for you guys.
All right.
I hope you're ready. We are starting with Simon today. JL will be going second, and Heath will be going third. We're going to start it out simple today, guys. We got an NFL player, okay? Like I said, Simon, you're up first. Are you ready for your first question?
Yeah, I was seeing if I could solve real quick and just steal $1,000, but I don't think I can.
All right, fair enough. So your first question is, who had more receptions last season? All right. Who had more receptions last season? Was it Calvin Ridley or Adam Thielen?
Adam Thielen.
It's Calvin Ridley. I'm sorry. Get out of here.
I thought you were trying to trick
me.
me. I thought you were trying to trick me.
I was trying to start out easy. But JL, you're not going to get it so easy. All right. You ready for the next question?
I'm ready.
Who had more reception yards last season? Was it DeAndre Hopkins or Mike Evans?
Hopkins.
It was DeAndre Hopkins. He had 1,407 reception yards, while Mike Evans had 1,006. They both had over 1,000, but wow. So JL, what?
All right.
Would you like to guess?
Give me an S.
An S. All right. Sorry, JL. We're moving on to Heath.
Why do I suck at guessing?
Also, Heath, just a heads up. Burner wanted to give you a fair warning. Some of these might be misspelled. We subscribe by Josh spelling. So Josh.
Listen,
week,
I'm
Josh
not the best at grammar. All right. What did I misspell? It was
average draft
position.
Posture.
Yes. Oh my god.
Oh Lord, Josh.
I couldn't believe I did that. All right, Heath, we're moving on to you. No one has any letters yet. Are you ready for your first question?
Yes.
All right. Who had more receiving yards last season? Was it Devontae Adams or Travis Kelce?
Travis Kelce.
Travis Kelce did, and I'm sorry I made that a little more difficult on you. Travis Kelce had 1,416 yards, while Devontae Adams had 1,374. It was very close. I don't like to make them that close, but Heath, good job. What letter would you like?
Let's try an R.
An R? All right. There is an R.
Ooh.
So it's an NFL player. We got an R here, and you get $500 for the first guess. I got to put that there, and we will add that to your bank.
Ronald's Jones.
All right. What if that was right? What if I was trying to go for Ronald Jones? Heath, would you like to solve? Are you ready for your next question? And you can also buy a vowel. They're $100 each.
E.
He's going to buy an E. I'm sorry, Heath. There is no E. I'm sorry. We are going to have to move on to Simon. Whoa. I have not had that happen yet, but here, we're back here.
We're back.
Simon, you ready for your question?
Let's do it.
All right. Who had more rushing yards last season? Was it James Robinson or Ezekiel Elliott?
Oh, out of
James
chat, by
Robinson.
the way.
James Robinson did have more rushing yards last season. He had 1,070, while Ezekiel Elliott had 979. What letter would you like?
Give me an N.
An N?
Yep,
Yes, sir.
we're gonna stick with
We
the
have-
RSTL.
Yeah, we have one N. We have one N. You can still buy a vowel. You can solve. Or would you like another question?
Give me another question.
All right, we are going.
Don't
with
forget my
another-
money. you've
I will absolutely give you your money. You've earned that money,
Thank you.
Simon.
Really hope you spelled
All right.
this guy's last name right.
I know 100% I did. Guys, I know I said this last week, but I double and triple checked.
Quadruple checked.
Everything's- I quadruple checked the spelling of everything. If I'm wrong, if I messed up something this week, then there, I won't host anymore. It's just fine. I won't host anymore. All right. Who had more rushing touchdowns last season? Was it Kenyon Drake or Ezekiel Elliott?
Kenyon Drake.
Kenyon Drake did. Kenyon Drake had 10 rushing touchdowns last season, while Ezekiel Elliott only had 6. Simon, you get to guess an R letter.
I feel like I should know this by now. We've guessed S. We'll go T.
Going with a T, and I am sorry there is no T on the board. Unfortunately, we are going to have to move on to JL here. JL, you can solve, or would you like your question?
I would like my question.
All right. Who had more rushing touchdowns last season? Was it Ronald Jones or Clyde Edwards-Helaire?
Clyde Edwards-Helaire.
Clyde Edwards-Helaire is unfortunately the wrong answer.
Oh,
Ronald
that's
Jones
you're
had
trying to trick me.
7 rushing touchdowns, while Ronald Jones only had 4 rushing touchdowns. We're coming to you, Heath. Are you ready for your next question? And you can solve.
I'll take my next question, please.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Who had more rushing yards last season? Was it Gus Edwards or Kenyon Drake?
I'll say Kenyon Drake.
It is Kenyon Drake. He had 955 rushing yards, while Gus Edwards had 723. What letter would you like?
D?
He's going with a D, and there is a D. So we have an R and a D up there. Heath, what would you like to do? You could buy a
spell his name?
vowel.
Man, it really seems like you spelled the
Solve
last
the
name
puzzle.
I
wrong.
know, right? That's what
I'm
I'm
gonna go-
thinking.
Well, no, because no.
I
I'm
got
pretty
it.
positive
I know what
I
it is.
you
spelled
did,
it right.
but I will say I'll buy an A.
You can buy an A, and there's an A up there, and I will give you your points for that. Why?
Oh, okay.
I would like
okay.
to solve, please.
Oh.
Absolutely. What is it? What is it? Heath?
Randall Cobb.
It is
Yeah,
Randall
that's
Cobb. Good
I
job.
was for sure that you misspelled Rondell Moore wrong. I was like, sitting here like you definitely spelled Moore wrong.
You thought it was Randall Moore.
Rondell Moore.
So, Heath, you are going to bank $1,000 for that round. The minimum you can bank is $1,000, and we are moving on to the next round. But before we do so, Randall Cobb, he was just signed or just traded to the Packers technically today. Heath, I want to ask you, do you think he's going to be fantasy relevant this year?
I hope not.
Yeah.
I really like to stick with this plan where Devontae Adams is the best receiver in football and Aaron Jones the top 5 running back, and nobody gets in their way. And the real loser here probably is Amari Rodgers. Like any hope you had of him
Completely
making
agree.
a breakout as a rookie, and it's probably going to cut end. Like we know there's some touchdown regression coming for Robert Tonyan.
Yeah.
I think this is more just someone that Rodgers trusts, and it's a bad news for everyone not named Devontae Adams or Aaron Jones.
Yeah.
I couldn't agree more. Do you JL, do you agree?
No, I completely agree. Well, I'm so sad that Amari Rodgers won't be relevant. I had such high hopes, his fellow Clemson guy. But I completely agree with Heath. I think that that Rodgers is going to stick with the guy that he knows.
Yeah, I agree. We've seen it time and time again that Rodgers will not throw to someone that he doesn't trust. You break Rodgers' trust, you lose the targets from him, at least on a significant scale. It's going to be a lot harder for Amari Rodgers to break in that trust when there's someone like Randall Cobb sitting there. Not that he's going to be fantasy relevant, but he will make others' aspirations of being fantasy relevant go down. So I'm in complete agreement there. And John's in here saying that's the killer there. Amari Rodgers, completely agree. He agrees with you there, Heath. We had a lot of people in the chat get it right, it looks like. Z2 said Randall Cobb. Burner also thought Rondale Moore was spelled wrong. John got it with Randall
Was he the first
Cobb.
one?
That would be so
Scott
bad
said
if I just
Randall
forgot the
Moss.
O.
Burner's first guess was
Dalvin.
Dalvin Cook. I think Dan was the first one to get it with Randall Cobb. Yet again, Dan was our champion last week, and he's coming in the
Yes, he
chat
was.
backing it up. Okay.
All right, I'm ready.
All right, Heath,
Um,
you are you got 1,000 points in the first round. You're winning the game right now. We're going to start with you. The next category is NFL teammates. All right, NFL teammates. Are you ready for your first question?
Yeah.
All right. So, according to Vegas win total odds, all right, according to Vegas win total odds, are the Rams expected to win over or under 9 games this season?
Over.
That is absolutely correct. The Rams are expected to win 10.5 games this season. What letter would you like to choose?
S.
An S. There are 2 S's. And let me get the money here, and let's give you that money. So there's $1,000 into your bank to start. Are you ready for your next question, or would you like to buy a vowel? Or you can solve. That would be pretty impressive.
It would be. I will. I'll take another question.
All right, sounds good. Related to the previous question, who is expected to win more games this season according to Vegas? Is it the New England Patriots or the Washington football team?
That's a good one. I
Yeah,
will.
I know.
I'll go with
no.
I'm going to go with the Patriots.
It is the Patriots. The Patriots are
I've
expected
gotten
to
that
win.
wrong.
I would have gotten it wrong too. So bravo, Heath. Bravo. The Patriots
Well-
are expected to win 9 games while the football team is expected to win 8.
Yeah,
Interesting.
I think that's wrong. I just think there's probably a lot more people betting on the Patriots to win
You're
more
right.
games than Washington.
You're right.
Yeah.
You got to think
would
like the
agree.
books, not just
And
what's
the
gonna
Patriots
happen.
defense is going to be much improved this season, I expect. We'll see what's going on with their offense, right? But Heath, you get to pick a letter. Which would you like?
Let's go with an R.
An R? We got 1 R, and that will go into your bank. Would you like to buy a vowel, or would you like another question?
I'll buy an I.
He will buy an I, and we have 3 I's. That looks like it might be helpful. That is going to take away $300 from your bank, though.
Oh, I got it.
Wow.
Don't let it get to me, or I'll solve this puzzle.
Would you like to buy another
How
vowel?
the heck
Solve.
did you get that?
I'm gonna have
Or-
to I'm gonna have to take another you know what, I'll buy an E.
You'll buy an E?
Yeah.
All right.
might
there
do it for
are 2 E's. And you have $1,000
Wow,
ready
you
to
would
go.
think
You can
that-
solve.
Yeah, you would think that would have done it, and boy did it not. I know what the 2 first names are.
Listen,
But-
I played Wheel of Fortune. I've watched it a lot, and it can get confusing. I feel like
Yeah.
having those first letters really help a lot.
Yeah. We're gonna have to find out if I can answer a couple more questions correctly. Because
All right, you ready
I
for
don't
your
have
set?
those.
It will let you know if there are no more vowels. You can still buy another vowel if you would like.
I'll take a question.
All right, sounds good. Who had more receiving yards last season? Was it A.J. Brown or Corey Davis?
I'm gonna go with Corey Davis.
I am sorry, Heath. A.J. Brown had 1,075 yards while Corey Davis had 984. It was within 100, but separated enough. I'm sorry. We are going to have to move on to Simon here. I might have answered that incorrectly too, just because A.J. Brown missed a few games, right?
Yeah.
Simon.
I'm not answering a question. I'm just going to solve and take my 1,000.
Go for it. What
It
is
is Mike Evans and Chris Godwin.
Yeah.
It is Mike
is.
Evans and Chris Godwin. That will give you $1,000.
Woohoo! My
I
brain
knew it
just
was
gets
Mike and
locked
Chris.
in. You knew it was
Heath,
Mike
I
and
had
Chris.
I had this moment in my head where I was like, Heath's just going to answer every question right for the remainder of the game, and Jalen are just going to sit here looking at him while he just runs train on
Amazed.
Fantasy Fortune. Like,
Well, he was on a roll answering questions right, and then I gave
Yeah.
him, this dumb one, AJ Brown and Corey Davis, whatever.
Wow.
But I wanted to ask you, Heath, real fast. If you had to draft one in redraft right now, who would you take?
It'd be format dependent for me. I'd take Godwin and PPR. I
Really?
think I'd still take Evans and Non, but both of these guys, and it's a little bit this way with the Cowboys and their ADP right now as well. I love them. I think it's awesome for their quarterbacks. They're very good. I don't know if I'm going to draft very much of any of them just because the way I go about building my rankings start with my projections. My projections start on a team level, and you look at the team level, and there's not enough footballs to go around, I don't think.
Yeah.
Simon, do you agree? I know you're a huge Mike Evans fan. I'm assuming you're taking him first in both formats.
Yeah, I'm taking Mike Evans first in both formats, but that's not a indictment on Chris Godwin. I know in the past I've gotten I think my defensiveness of Mike Evans has made me further down on Chris Godwin than it should have been. But I've corrected my ways, gotten that bias out of there. I just I'll take the receiver that I am 100% positive of. I'm going to get at least 1,000 yards and likely at least 8 touchdowns. And that's Mike Evans. So 1,000 yards, 8 touchdowns with the upside of like a 14, 15 touchdown season. Give me Mike Evans, but I completely understand the format dependent. It's just for me, I'll take, I'm not as bullish on Chris Godwin, and the injuries and inconsistencies we've seen make me a little bit more worried compared to someone who's been as consistent as Mike Evans.
I think I'm with Heath though. I think in PPR, I'm taking Chris Godwin ahead of Mike Evans in a full point PPR. So I'm right there with you, Heath. Z2 got it correct. Clove also got it correct. And Dan, believe it or not, coming in with the correct answer. We know you're good at this game, Dan. Our first Fantasy Fortune champion. All right, you guys ready to move on to the next puzzle?
Yep.
I got it.
All right. You got it?
You got it.
Oh, I don't know the
you
answer.
just you want to
know
solve
the answer?
Go ahead, solve it, Simon.
Yeah.
Amari
Mike
DK Metcalf.
DK Metcalf.
All right. So we have a fantasy football term here. All right, guys. Simon, would you like your first question?
Yes. Yeah, there's no way I can just... Actually, can I solve the puzzle?
What?
Yeah.
Is it Superflex League?
Oh my God.
Mm.
Wow.
I don't
What?
thank you very much for doing that, but good job. All right. So, wow. I did not
Cheating.
expect that to
I
happen.
call
Good
cheating.
Bravo.
I figured out the last word was league, and then I was just thinking what's a long enough term to fill that first one?
Good job, man. This is our second game. It's not like he understands the rules and understands what I'm trying to put together here. Good job, Simon.
Generational talent.
That was phenomenal.
That was.
That was my one moment to
Wow.
shine. Don't worry,
Wow.
I'm going to come crashing back down.
Wow.
Wow.
Wow. Wow.
Wow.
Owen Wilson.
Heath, do you play any Superflex leagues?
Yes. Yeah. I think it's probably my favorite way to play right
Me
now.
too.
And I wish we're kind of at a place with it where we've been with other things in the past where I wish we could transfer more of our coverage into Superflex coverage. I mean, everyone that plays that way says everybody plays that way now. Why don't you just talk about that more? But then you look at the actual percentages of leagues, and that's not true yet, but it's getting more true, and hopefully it continues to get more true.
Yeah, we had an extensive conversation, I think it was last week, with Scott Fish on this and David Mendelson from Triple Play. We were discussing, while it seems like it's the most popular in our Twitter echo chamber of fantasy diehards, it's not the case with the casual players.
Yeah, I completely agree.
I
wish it was more popular.
Yeah.
Wow, Simon. So I did not expect that to happen, but good freaking job.
I'm
Simon,
feeling
you're in the
pretty bad
lead right now. Jail, you barely have had a chance yet. We got more puzzles to go. All right. We're coming to our fourth puzzle I put together here. So, Simon, we're coming to you. This is a NFL headline. It's a big one. I know.
What?
NFL headline. So it's an NFL headline.
Lord.
Simon, you want to solve it, I'm assuming?
No.
Mr. Generational Talent?
Absolutely not.
Mr. Big Shot?
All right, good. So according to CBS's average draft position, CBS's average draft position, who's getting drafted higher? Is it Calvin Ridley or Keenan Allen?
I'll go Calvin Ridley.
It is Calvin Ridley. Calvin Ridley's getting drafted 30
layup.
overall, while Keenan Allen's getting drafted 35th overall. Simon, what letter would you like to guess?
I'll go D.
D. There is one D, and you will
not where I thought it was.
Seems unlikely.
Yeah, I was thinking there was a different name in there, but
I know you
that
guys
D
are
doesn't-
thinking I spelled something wrong, so just
No.
relax, all right? Relax. It's spelled correctly, okay? Simon, would you like to buy a vowel, or would you
No.
like?
Give me another question. Give me another question.
All right, we're gonna stick with this theme here. According to CBS's average draft position, who's getting drafted higher, and we're gonna stay with wide receivers. Is it Kenny Galladay or Deontay Johnson?
I'll go Kenny Galladay.
It is Kenny Galladay. Kenny Galladay is getting drafted 66th overall, while Deontay Johnson is getting drafted 71st overall. What letter would you like to guess?
S. In such a long one, there's got to be an S in there, right?
There are 3 S's. Okay, and you are getting that score. You have $2,000 added up together. Would you like to buy a vowel, or would you?
Yeah, I'll buy a vowel. Give me the E.
All right, he's taking the E, and there are 2 E's, which will take
only-
$200 away.
Okay.
I thought
I'll
we
buy-
froze for a second. Like, no
I'll buy
one's
another
moving or
vowel.
anything.
I'll buy the A.
He is going to buy the A, and there are 3 A's,
Damn it.
which puts you down to 1,500. Simon's trying to figure it out on the fly. Would you like another question? Buy a vowel?
Give me another question. I think I know the first 2 words. I just can't figure out what the headline is.
All right. Who had more receiving yards last season? Was it Marvin Jones or Deontay Johnson?
Deontay Johnson.
I am sorry. Marvin Jones had more with
No!
978. They were with winning 100. I hate doing that to you, but it's 923
it's all
for
good.
Deontay Johnson. I'm sorry. We're moving on to JL. JL.
All right. Let's give it to
Would
me.
you like a question?
Yes, question.
All right. Who had more receiving yards last season? Was it Juju Smith-Schuster or Brandon Ayuk?
It was Juju.
It was Juju. 831 to Brandon Ayuk, 748. What letter would you like to guess?
All right. Give me a T.
T.
Going with a T? Oh, no. Oh, no. There are
Yeah.
4 T's.
Now I.
You know it?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
I
JL.
would like. What am I gonna do? All right. We're good. We're on the board.
So do you guys think that Julio Jones is going to do better or worse with the moving from the Falcons to the Titans? I mean, they're probably not going to pass quite as much. I'm kind of assuming worse myself, but I think he's still going to be worthy of being in your fantasy lineups every week. What do you think, Heath?
Yeah, I think he's a high end number 2 or low end number 1. Like whether he does better or worse for the full season is going to depend on whether or not he can stay healthy.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
He was really awesome last year on a per game basis. Like when he didn't have to leave early for injury or when he didn't miss games. I don't think he can be quite that good, like you said, because of the pass volume, but I still think you're looking at a must start wide receiver as long as he's healthy.
I completely agree. You guys got anything different to say?
I just think maybe just a warning, people might be spoiled. Not only we've talked about being spoiled by how the rookie wide receivers performed last year, but also in recent memory might be spoiled by wide receivers switching teams and the success they've found with new quarterbacks on new teams in their first year. That is not the norm for them to switch teams and find that immediate success. So don't expect a Stephon Diggs or DeAndre Hopkins style of move over there. Those guys also moved into the 1 role automatically. We're not assuming that, but I just a word of caution, just because it's happened recently doesn't mean it's going to happen again, that switching teams can go that smoothly.
Yeah.
And I like the point Jay made here. Maybe the Titans will actually throw the ball to Julio in the red zone. I feel like that's almost has to be a Julio problem. I mean, Calvin Ridley got targets in the red zone. He scored touchdowns. So it's very strange. It's very strange. You would think a dominant, dynamic receiver like Julio Jones would be able to score more touchdowns, but he doesn't seem to be able to. I don't get it, but whatever. We'll move on to the next puzzle. And we actually had a few people get it. Julio Jones on the Titans.
That's not right.
Falcons,
Not right.
Falcons trade. Falcons trade Julio Jones to the Titans by Scott Fish. Anthony got it. Jay got it. Jay Wall got it. Z2 got it. Let's go, boys. All right. You ready for the next one?
Yep.
You ready?
All right. Let's get in there. Dale, we're starting with you, and everyone's banked some money up until this point. Heath, it feels like you haven't really gotten enough of a chance here, but we're getting into our next puzzle here. JL, we're starting with you. Are you ready for your question?
I'm ready.
Let's go back to the NFL win total odds for the season. Are the Arizona Cardinals projected to get over or under 7 wins this season?
Over.
Yes, that is correct. They're projected to get 8. What letter would you like?
Give me a D.
He is going with a D, and there's one D.
Ooh. Okay.
All right, big money to JL, $500. JL, would you like to buy a vowel?
I will take another question.
All right. We can absolutely set that up for you. Well, according to, sorry, that's loading. But who had more receiving yards last season? Was it DJ Moore or Tyler Lockett?
It was Tyler Lockett.
That is incorrect. Tyler Lockett had over 1,000. They both had over 1,000. Tyler Lockett had 1,054, while DJ Moore had 1,193. We are moving on to Heath. Heath, are you ready for your question? Or you can solve.
No, I cannot.
He's like, you lie, Josh.
All right, Heath. All right. So I'm going to ask you this question. Who had more receiving yards last season? Was it Alvin Kamara or T. Higgins?
T. Higgins.
T. Higgins absolutely had more. T. Higgins had 908, while Alvin Kamara had 756. Heath, which letter would you like on here?
R, please.
We are going to give him an R. I'm sorry, Heath. There's no R. We're moving on to Simon. Simon, you ready for your next question? Oh, wait. I never gave you your $500. Oh, wait. You don't earn the $500. JL guessed that D. Simon, you ready?
Yeah, give me a question. I wish I knew it, but I was telling you, that was my one shining moment. It won't happen again.
All right, fair enough. According to CBS's average draft position, who is getting drafted higher? Is it George Kittle or J.K. Dobbins?
That's tricky. I know who I would draft first, but that's not the question. We'll go George Kittle.
George Kittle's getting drafted 22 overall, while J.K. Dobbins getting drafted 27 overall. You are correct,
Okay.
Simon.
Phew.
Good job. What letter would you like?
T.
He's going with the T. JL, we're moving on to you. Are you ready for your question?
I'm ready.
According to CBS's average draft position, who is getting drafted higher? Is it Austin Eckler or Tyreek Hill?
Hill.
I am sorry. Austin Eckler is getting drafted higher. He's getting drafted 9th overall, while Tyreek Hill's getting drafted 14th overall. Sorry,
All
JL.
right.
Heath, we're moving on to you for your next question. Are you ready?
Yes.
All right, we're going back to the NFL win totals for next season. Who is expected to get more wins next season? Is it the Cleveland Browns or the Indianapolis Colts?
That's a good one.
That is.
I know, it is. It's a tough one, honestly.
I will go with the Cleveland Browns.
I'm sorry, it's the Colts. The Colts
What?
are actually expected to get more wins. And I'm surprised by that too. I would pick the Browns myself. But we're going to
Yeah, I'm
Simon.
shocked by
Simon, you
that.
ready for your question?
I guess so. Let's do it. We're on a cold streak, all of us.
The
I
win
know.
totals. Are the Chicago Bears expected to get over or under 6 wins next season?
Over.
They are. They're expected to get 7. What letter would you like, Simon?
L.
Going with an L. There are 2 L's. Ooh,
I
does
got
that
it.
help? I don't know.
Yep.
You do?
Yep, I got it now. That is,
Who is it?
Kenny Galladay.
Wow.
Woo-hoo! And you only scored 2 L's, so you will get that $1,000 minimum. And Simon, you're in the lead. Kenny Galladay recently signed with the New York Giants. I feel like I am down on him compared to most people, but I think there's too many wide receivers going below him that I would rather have. For example, I'd rather have Deontay Johnson than Kenny Galladay. What do you guys think, Heath? Are you excited for Kenny Galladay on the Giants?
Yeah, I mean, he's right for me, like in the same conversation as Mike Evans, not necessarily as where I rank them, but in terms of format, because they're both probably high yards per catch guy, high touchdowns guy, but not necessarily high catch guys. So yeah. I'm with you. I don't think I've drafted Kenny Galladay in a PPR league yet. I think he's more of a number 3 in that format, but I think he's a solid number 2, a top 20 wide receiver in non-PPR. It's whether or not he and Daniel Jones can connect, and that's a tall task for anybody.
Absolutely. The point I like to make here is Daniel Jones had 11 passing touchdowns last season, and I feel like Kenny Galladay is going to really have to thrive in the passing touchdown category. I'm not saying this is going to be normal for Daniel Jones having 11 touchdowns. I mean, if that's the case, he's never going to start again in the NFL if he does that again, I feel like. But I feel like Daniel Jones is the key here. If he can turn it on, Kenny Galladay can turn it on. Do you guys agree or disagree? What about you? Or jail?
So I mean, Kenny Galladay, when he was really prolific in Detroit, it was based off of those high end zone targets and the really deep passes. And so I just don't know if he's going to get that again. But I'm not like all out on him. I think I'm with Heath on this. Is that I expect him to probably be back in wide receiver 2, and hopefully if they can start getting their passing game going in New York, then he'll be a good value in fantasy drafts.
Couldn't agree more.
Yep, these guys said it. I don't need to add anything else.
All right, you guys ready for the next one here?
Let's do
Ready.
it.
Yes. Come on, Heath. We got to take Simon down. We can't let him win this.
Kidding.
So this is a fantasy trade that I actually found while I was exploring the interweb, and it's a trade I found, and it's 2 players essentially. All right.
Okay.
So we are starting with Simon, right?
Yep.
Simon, would you like your first question?
Yes. Yeah.
Simon's over there like, I can figure this out. I got this.
Trying to beautiful mind it. Just figure it out.
Simon, you ready?
Yeah.
Who had more rushing touchdowns last season? Was it Josh Jacobs? Or was it Antonio Gibson?
Josh Jacobs.
Josh Jacobs did, and it was actually really close. Antonio Gibson had 11 touchdowns, and Josh Jacobs had 12.
Wow.
So, Simon, what letter would you like?
N.
Want an N?
Moving
on to you.
See, the thing is, I know I can't beat you guys at fantasy trivia, so I'm having to try to just solve the puzzles. I will lose 10 out of 10 times on trivia.
I will lose at both. This explains my score.
JL, you ready for your next question?
Yes.
All right. We are going to go back to the average draft position. Who, according to CBS's average draft position, who is getting drafted higher? Is it Chris Carson or Terry McLaurin?
McLaurin.
I am sorry. Chris Carson's actually getting drafted higher. Chris Carson
by the running back.
43. Heath, we're coming to you. You ready?
I am so ready.
I like the enthusiasm. Heath, who has more projected wins for next season? Is it the Baltimore Ravens or the San Francisco 49ers?
Baltimore Ravens.
It is the Baltimore Ravens with 11 projected wins. What letter would you like, Heath?
S.
He's going with an S, and there's one S. You ready for your next question, Heath?
We better just do another question.
It's when there's a puzzle this long and you get one single letter in it, it's so demoralizing.
It's almost worse than getting none.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad I helped you guys.
So Heath, we're gonna hit you with your next question. Who had more passing yards last season? Was it Russell Wilson or Kyler Murray?
Russell Wilson.
Russell Wilson had more passing yards with 4,212, while Kyler Murray had 3,971. You're absolutely correct. What letter would you like?
R.
An R. Oh, Malo. You got
big boy.
4 R's. You're generating some money here. I don't think you can solve the puzzle, but you can guess a vowel if you would like, or you can answer another question.
Yeah, let's just let's go with an E.
You're gonna go with an E. You're buying an E, and there are 2 E's. All right, and these are. This is a fantasy trade that I saw on the internet.
On the internet.
So it's it's true.
You know it's true.
Yeah, no, it definitely happened. I mean,
Who?
I'll buy an I.
he is gonna buy an I. There's one I.
What?
It's at the end. You guys might think I misspelt it, but I didn't.
No, I know who the first one is. I'm trying to see who he was traded for.
I don't know who the first one is.
I don't know either one.
I think I'm gonna have to answer one more question. I don't really want to because dollar wise, that's gonna hurt me.
Harry
You can answer a
Stinker
question,
is the first one.
or you could buy a vowel.
I know, but if I buy a vowel, let's just buy a vowel. I'll buy an A.
All right, he's buying an A. You get 2 A's.
Oh,
that helps out the other guys a little bit,
Okay.
but does not help out you in the slightest. Answer a question or buy a vowel.
Oh, okay, I got it. Whew.
Or solve the
That
puzzle.
took me a second.
I've got it. Amari Cooper and Robert Woods.
That is absolutely correct.
Nailed
It's Amari
it.
Cooper and
Nice
Robert
job.
Woods.
Oh, and you
That
banked
was a
big
trade I
money
found.
there.
And I wanted to. Oh, sorry. I do. So I do have to take $200 off for the A's that you guess, unfortunately. But
I'm
hey,
glad I guessed
you
A
are in
and
the
not
lead
O.
now.
Might have guessed O. It'd be a
That would've
problem.
never-
You would have been spending a lot of money, but I bet you would have gotten it afterwards. I wanted to get your guys' opinion on this trade. Amari Cooper for Robert Woods. I mean, I know there's some injury concerns for Amari Cooper right now, but I feel like I'm taking him in pretty much every format, even though I love Robert Woods going into the season.
This is in a
Do you agree
dynasty,
or
I'm
disagree?
assuming.
It was a dynasty league. I saw it in. Just don't worry about that though. Who would you draft first and redraft? Keith?
Oh, in redraft, I'm taking Woods for sure. But
Yeah.
in Dynasty, I think what is there, a 2-year age difference?
Yeah,
Or
yeah.
at least
27
one.
and
Yeah, so-
29.
Yeah, I'd take Cooper in Dynasty and Woods in redraft.
Me too. I mean, Cooper and Woods are so close in redraft, though. I know you're a big Amari Cooper
Very
fan,
close.
Simon. Which one would you take in redraft?
It's really close. I think the real answer for me is I can have both. Even if they're back to back, these guys are players where you can draft both of them, no problem. You don't have to pick between Amari Cooper and Robert Woods. You can draft Amari Cooper, then in the next round draft Robert Woods and have a killer 1-2 punch at wide receiver. But if I had to pick, I probably Cooper, but it's so close. I just love the upside of that Dallas offense, even with CeeDee Lamb there. And I think Amari Cooper's still the one, but it's going to become more of a 1A, 1B situation with CeeDee Lamb developing a bit there with Dak this year.
Couldn't agree more. Well, we're moving on to our next puzzle. I think we could probably get 2 more in here, guys. So this will not be our final one. Heath, are you ready?
I am very ready. Teammates.
All right. These are NFL teammates. Are you ready for your first question?
Yes, please.
Who had more passing touchdowns last year? Was it Baker Mayfield or Phillip Rivers? Passing touchdowns.
I'm going to go with Baker Mayfield.
It was Baker Mayfield. He had 26 while Phillip Rivers had 24. I made it close for you. I'm sorry, but it doesn't matter. You got it right. What letter would you like?
That was 100% a guess. S, please.
I'm sorry. Did you guess the letter?
Yeah, S.
S. There's one S. And we know that's the most disappointing thing in the world.
Different
but
than
it's
I thought. Different
Yeah,
than I thought.
I thought I had the first name,
Same.
but I do not. I thought it was Carson
Steve?
Wentz up there.
Oh, I thought it was Stephon Diggs.
Yeah,
can buy
I
a
will,
letter.
I'll
buy
buy
a vowel.
I'll buy an I.
He's going to buy an I. That is going to cost
Huh.
you $100,
Helpful.
but you get a little bit of help. You get a little bit of help, right?
Yeah.
Would you like to buy another vowel or?
No,
another
I'll try another question.
Kenny Still.
All right. According to CBS's average draft position, who is getting drafted higher? Is it Allen Robinson or CeeDee Lamb?
Yeah.
That was mine. You just read my mind.
Yeah, I'm gonna man. I know. I'm gonna just go with what I think it is and not what I think it should be. I'll say CeeDee Lamb.
I am sorry. CeeDee Lamb is getting drafted after Allen Robinson. Robinson's at 44 and CeeDee Lamb's at 52. You should have went with your heart.
He said, I'm glad I'm wrong.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, you got that incorrect. But Simon, we're coming to you with the next question. Are you ready, Simon?
Let's
or
do it.
would you like to solve?
No.
According to CBS's average draft position, who is getting drafted higher? Is it DJ Moore or Kenny Galladay?
Ooh, DJ Moore.
DJ Moore is the correct answer at 59, while Kenny Galladay is at 66. Which letter would you like, Simon?
Give me an M.
You want an M. There is one M.
I had a feeling that was an M, but I was hoping there was another one in there. Okay. Yeah, I guess I'll buy an A.
He's going to buy an A. I'm sorry, Simon. There's no A's. Get out of here, JL. We're coming to you. Are you ready for your question?
Yes.
Threw the game
All
away.
right. Who had more passing yards last season? Was it Teddy Bridgewater or Carson Wentz?
Passing yards?
Yes.
Bridgewater.
It is Bridgewater. He had many more passing yards than Carson Wentz, honestly. Yeah.
Thank you. I should basically saying I shouldn't have struggled so hard with that.
Well, no, it's just that Carson Wentz was so bad that it just. But no, you should have struggled. It could be a tough one. But what letter would you like?
I will take an R.
An R. R. There are two R's, which will put $1,000 into your bank. Oops.
I'll take another question.
All right, he's taking another question. Sorry. Who had more receiving touchdowns last season? Was it Darren Waller or Travis Kelce?
Waller.
Waller only had 9, while Travis Kelce had 11. I am sorry. We're coming back to Heath. Heath, you can solve or you can ask for a question.
Oh.
You have an idea, huh? It looks like maybe.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a question.
All right, fair enough. Who had more receiving yards last season? Was it Terry McLaurin or Mike Evans?
Terry McLaurin.
Terry McLaurin is the correct answer with 1,118 receiving yards.
Such an aggressive reveal.
What letter would you like, Keith?
T.
He's going with a T. There are two
Good
T's.
call.
There are two T's, which make you have $1,400 you've added up. Would you like to buy a vowel, solve, or would you like another question?
I will. I'll buy an E.
He's going to buy an E. There are two.
Oh, no. I know it. Oh, no. Oh, no.
I still don't know it.
Yeah,
Would you like to buy a vowel, or would you like another question, Heath?
I guess that I will buy an O.
He's going to buy an O. And there's one O. There's one O.
I definitely know it. I hate this feeling.
Yeah.
It's a new one for you, JL.
Yeah.
I feel like I should know it.
I feel so dumb right now.
Simon doesn't know it either.
I can't. I've known the last name was Smith this whole time, and I can't think of a single freaking NFL player that fits in there. I keep trying to make Gino and Alex fit in that slot, and it won't do it.
I will solve Hunter Henry and Johnny Smith.
Oh, you got there. Isn't that so funny? Like,
oh my gosh,
that first one where he guessed E, he bought an E, and it was like the first letter of the last name, and all my brain could think about was Ezekiel Elliott, and there weren't like the letters weren't right, but that's all my brain could think about.
I was just thinking of like Alex Smith. Lick Smith. Like
I thought
he's
it was
saying it
Steve
differently.
Smith. I was like,
Steve
we're doing like
Smith.
retro. It's
Yeah.
Cam Newton and Steve Smith.
Oh.
Heath,
and
real
then
fast. Which one are you taking first in a PPR league? know?
I have zero confidence in this answer at all. So
Me
no one
too.
should make any
I have
decisions
no.
based
I
on
don't
it.
want to either.
I, in theory, would take Jonnu Smith higher in a PPR league, but the truth is, unless it's tight end premium, I've not drafted either
You're
this
voting.
year.
I don't blame you in the
Yeah.
slightest. I don't know which one. Johnny's a little bit more athletic. Hunter Henry looks a little more balanced to me. So your guess is as good as mine. So moving on to the last and final round, we have one more puzzle for everyone. This will be worth double points, so you'll get $1,000 instead of $500. Are you guys ready? We're starting out with Heath.
Jay got this a full 6 minutes ago.
Yeah, I saw that, and I wish
A full 6 minutes ago.
he knows what's up. And then we had some other guys. Z2 came in with the correct answer. Fantasy Barbecue came in with the correct answer. Walter Henry and Bobby Smith. Sorry, Bernard. That's not quite what we were looking for. So, Heath, are you ready for your first question?
Yeah.
Who has more expected wins next season? Is it the Eagles or is it the Panthers?
Ooh.
Gross.
Eagles.
I'm sorry. The Eagles have 6.5 projected wins, while the Panthers have 7.5. You're incorrect. We're moving on to Simon. Simon, are you ready for your question?
Yeah, I'm not beautiful mind in this one.
All right, Simon. Are the Indianapolis Colts projected to get? Oh, actually, we already. Sorry.
Yeah.
I used that one.
Don't worry, I already
So-
forgot, but you can ask me a new question.
no, it's okay. Who had more receiving yards last season? Was it Will Fuller or Russell Gage?
Ooh,
That's a fun one.
that is a really fun one.
There's a lot going on. Oh, Russell Gage.
I'm sorry. I knew you were going to take it as like a trick almost, but it was Will Fuller. Even with the suspension, he had 879, while Russell Gage had 786.
Okay.
JL, we're coming to you.
Yep.
You ready?
Yep.
All right. Who had more receiving touchdowns last season? Was it Tyreek Hill or was it AJ Brown?
AJ Brown.
I'm sorry, Tyreek Hill had 15 touchdowns last year. 15 touchdowns.
I'm on the
That's a
roll.
lot of touchdowns. That's a lot of touchdowns. You're incorrect. Heath, we're coming back to you. I'm glad we got back around to you. Are you ready for your next question?
Yeah.
All right. Who had more receiving yards last season? Was it Robbie Anderson or Marvin Jones?
Robbie Anderson.
It was Robbie Anderson. That was an easy one. I gave you an easy one. What letter would you like?
R, please.
An R? Oh my gosh.
Wow.
The R's are doing you service today. And with our rule here where it's double points, you might just take over this game if you're able to solve this
Oh
puzzle.
my god.
All right.
Double points. Double points is about.
Double
it doesn't
points
even
might be
matter
a
the
little
rest of
much,
the
but
game.
it's all good. It's all good. It's all good. It's all good. You know? Heath,
Yeah.
would you like another question? Would you like to buy a vowel?
Look at
yeah,
Simon trying to figure it out.
I think
got the
I
first
had
name.
better. I think I'd probably better buy an E.
You're going to buy an E. There are 2 E's, sir.
That does not.
Who is this second name?
Yeah, I really, man, I think I have the first name, and I can't think of who his teammate would be. So I guess that I will buy an A.
Okay. I
You're
got
going
it.
to buy an A?
Yes.
There are 3 A's, sir. There are 3 A's.
Yeah.
That was tricky, Josh.
Yeah.
I like to be tricky sometimes, you know?
Yeah, I'll go ahead and solve it.
Oh, you know it?
Oh,
Aaron Rodgers and
I
Jordan
thought it
Love.
was coming. Yeah, you got
Oh.
it.
You just need to give Heath a little bit of time. He works a little bit of
Damn.
time. Yeah, exactly. It is correct. And Heath, you are our
No!
Second fantasy fortune champion. Bravo, Heath.
Oh
You
my
killed it. You killed it
God.
today, Heath. Good job. Good job, man. Good job. Seriously.
There was
Absolutely
a point in this game where I went like 20 minutes without answering any questions.
There was.
Don't ever give
would-
up, kids. Don't ever give up.
Don't ever give up. It's all right. I went the full hour, I think, without getting any right. So.
Oh,
Heath
everyone
spreading
banked money, but Heath did it, man. Heath
by
more than doubled
by
your
a
guys'
healthy
score.
margin.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Good job, Heath. Very impressive.
I'm just waiting for like the wait. There's one more round. And everybody else
Triple
gets 5
points!
And just Heath loses all of his points and starts at 0.
Yeah,
We're not
that's,
gonna Adam Mazer this, all right?
Scott said Heath is the best. Sully said Heath wins and all is right in the world. And Sully said now Heath needs to give us some beers to try.
Beers and meats.
I saw you. Did you have a beer with her? No.
I do not currently have a beer. No, this is a sparkling
Oh.
water.
Oh, that
Sparkling-
looked delicious.
I'm a
though, I'll be
sparkling
honest.
water fiend.
The choice of beer drinkers when they're not drinking beer because
Is
they
that-
don't feel like they're drinking beer.
Close
Get that
enough.
carbonation factor. That's sometimes all you need to like supplement the beer.
They're
But,
celebrating your
yeah.
victory in the chat. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Heath.
I've had quite a bit of good beer lately. South Florida in general is really exploding with beer choices finally. So
What is your go-to
time, right?
style of beer? What do you prefer?
I'm probably hazy IPA, which is kind of cheesy, but I'm the only person in South Florida that likes dark beers, and people look at me like I'm a serial killer when I take
Too hot.
a stout to the beach when it's
Oh
90
God,
degrees outside.
I would
and
look at you like you were a serial killer.
So
taking a
heavy.
stout to the
delicious.
beach.
Like I reject the notion that there are only certain times of year or certain conditions that you can drink the type of beer that you like. I pretty much like all of the weird kinds of beer. I'm not a big Pilsner, lager, those like the regular beers, but we've got a couple places. Civil Society down here in South Florida makes incredible hazy IPAs, and then Cigar City in Tampa.
The
anything
High
you
Life
want,
from
they've
them
got
is
it.
so good. I love their High Life. That's one of my favorite beers.
Yeah.
Big fan. I got to get down
IPA
there.
is probably my favorite type of beer too, by the way.
That and sours. I remember my freshman year of college. I
Sours.
thought
I do not
I was
like
like the
sours.
only people that drink PBR and IPAs are hipster assholes. And then like 2 years later, I was drinking PBR and IPAs almost exclusively.
Whoa,
and I was like, I
that makes a
guess
lot of
either
sense.
I'm a hipster asshole or
Yes.
I was just wrong when I was 18.
Look at your jean jacket, Simon. You're obviously a hipster asshole.
No, I just am trying to suck up to Sully with he's Canadian. He can't see the jeans on down below. I'm trying to get some cred with our Canadian watchers, putting on my Canadian tuxedo. I'll give the full view another time. Sully says, damn, I love everything, Heath. He is so awesome. And Burner said, thanks for knocking them down a peg, Heath.
We needed it.
We did need it. Heath, thank you so much for coming on and playing with us today. I really appreciated it. Hopefully you had a good time, and maybe sometime you come back and we can take another shot at Tim down. Because you're leaving champion.
I absolutely really appreciate you guys having me on. You are by far the best game show host I've played with this year.
We got to get Adam on
We did it,
here
guys,
and
we did
pit you guys against each other.
Oh, yeah, we got to have Adam on now with all the shit that we've been talking about and get him in here to play some games.
Adam.
We do. Guys, if you do not follow Heath already on Twitter, what are you doing? But go follow him at Heath Cummings Sr. That's at Heath Cummings Sr. An additional SR on the end there. And listen to the Fantasy Football Today podcast and check out his writings on the CBS Sports website. He's one of our favorite analysts. We've discussed it at length. He puts a lot of thought and time into his rankings and is willing to back him up. We're just excited that you were able to come on today. And guys, check out all of Heath's work if you're not already doing so.
And trading
Yes.
makes fantasy fun too, by the way.
It does. It does.
Just saying.
Heath, any other messages from the victor before we jump? You said kids never give up. You got anything else?
No, I think that I've given all the inspiration that I can give for today. Never give up. Never surrender.
Never give up.
And drink hazy IPAs. Let's go.
For sure.
Adam in jail versus Josh and Heath. We'll make that happen, guys. That
God.
would be an awesome showdown.
That
That's
just
it for
feels
us.
right.
You guys don't stand a chance. Like, that's not
Yeah.
fair. What do you mean?
Heath, I'm the Adam of the show, in
we
case you
need
haven't picked up
to-
on it yet.
And it probably can't happen this year because you guys are actually this is the last guest spot I'll probably do in 2021 because once
of
we
the
get into the
season,
season,
yeah.
I can't.
Fair enough.
But
Yeah.
next off season, we play Fantasy Feud sometimes, but just with one player.
Yes.
Ooh.
We need to do Fantasy Feud with teams.
We do
Yes.
it. We do it. We play
That
it.
would be
It's one
We've
of
done
our
it
games.
before.
Yeah, that's
Let's
one of
do
our
it.
games.
It's been a while. It's been a
We'll
while.
plan
though.
on it. We'll plan on it for next off season. Get some of the CBS guys here and do some fantasy feud team
That would be so
style.
cool.
That'll be awesome. We'll make sure you and Adam are on opposite teams so you guys can go head to head. Let Adam give it back a little bit if he wants to. Okay, guys, that's it for us today. We'll be back tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern time yet again. Heath, thank you so much again. And everyone in the chat, thank you for tuning in and playing along with us. Until tomorrow, adios, everybody.
Love you guys.